Hello, my name's Zhatelier, welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode we, well, cleaned up the rest of the western or southwestern part of the continent and we started moving some of the troops towards the north. I mean, we're still, basically none of the troops have, other than planes, have gone past the, well, I suppose what we could probably call the Panama of this continent. But we are at least gathering up a lot of the troops. We'll still leave some troops behind, of course, in case bad things happen. But right now, there's a little bit more on the northwestern part of the continent that we are still trying to clear out. And then, of course, there is the northeastern front that we have that we're kind of clearing out. And, of course, there's the fighting in Ansang, which we did manage to get a little bit more land in the previous episode. There's still more to be gained, of course, but we are right now just trying to save up a little bit of the fuel. We're transporting some of that over. We still need a lot of it, of course, on the troops. But right now, it might better be... or might be best to just utilize our infantry on keeping the advance going. Speaking of which, we might want to get a little bit more ammunition just to be on the safe side. We don't necessarily want to have too much in here, but we can definitely get some more. I suppose another thing that I could do is I could probably get a road from here to there. No, we just conquered that. Never mind. So we can't get that. We did do the fighting last round though, so we are... I did also... one of the things that I did is I sent in all the colonists from the northern SHQ to the southern one and started colonizing some more in places like Norfolk is now getting a bit higher influx of workers. So hopefully that will allow us to get some of the construction work going and all that, and hopefully that will start improving the situation there in general. We did also last round complete the... or for this round, we completed the truck station in Limjer, so that's going to help us a little bit. I will probably need to do a little bit more relocating or rearranging this coast, or this area rather, in here. Probably put it for the city, and then of course we'll eventually get our own, or another city over here somewhere. Maybe there, or maybe over here. I'm not entirely sure which exact location is going to be, but regardless, that's going to be turned into another city at some point. If we don't win the game before that, which is entirely possible that we will. But we've done the fighting in the northwest as well. We pushed the enemies back into the ocean there. And we're not quite... well, technically speaking, these could probably attack, but I think we might want to wait another round before we attack the enemies in here. These are not particularly strong, mind you. Although one of the things that I could do is just move in here, capture a bit more land. Anyway, let's get to the next round, shall we? So funnily enough, none of the major regions have yet to be destroyed, but there's two that are practically destroyed. Because combined they own maybe 10 hexes worth of land, so not a lot, let's be honest. And neither one of them has practically any population anymore. Oh, something like that on Ansang again. Well, that's a bit rude. Cutting off the connection between the cities, I believe. No, of course we can probably just use some planes to destroy a large chunk of it and then just send in something to mop up the whatever is left afterwards. No battles. Discard some more fuel. Miniature shield generator. Oh. A personal shield generator, essentially. That could be quite handy. Oh. Your strength is now so big, the others do not stand a chance anymore. You have won the game. Well, I mean, we could, technically speaking, continue, but I think... we don't necessarily need to. I mean, let's have a look a little bit on the victory overview. So yeah, we got... oh yeah, that's pretty good. We got practically 51% of the population and 52% of the planet. So that does give us the advantage there. And the Tinan commune has been slowly falling behind in the points now. So we're not going to end the episode quite yet, but we won't be doing any more fighting on it like that. Just going to go through some areas. So let's actually have a look at the dashboard. So population support is pretty darn good. Worker support is also good. Soldiers and leaders support is quite as well. We're losing a lot of money though. A large chunk of that is probably providing food for a lot of places. Actually, I suppose we could have a look at that. Treasury cash flow overview. The partly investment and emergency food. Limjez is taking a lot of food. So total emergency food, like Limjez is taking half of that. Yeah, not exactly the best. I'm guessing that emergency food is costing us quite a bit in the end. But of course we got a lot of leaders and all that sort of stuff as well. That costs us money. We did manage to get a pretty good amount of various designs as well. I mean, this was... How many rounds did this actually take? 293, so not exactly a speedrun. But admittedly, we were playing on somewhat slow settings and a large map, so that was a problem. I think the next... we are probably going to be playing this again at some point, not immediately after. I want to switch up the games a little bit. But we will no doubt return to the game at some point. I do like it, and it's... like, it is a bit of slow pace. We'll probably next time make the planet a bit smaller and maybe make the research a bit faster. Like, I don't actually know if the research... I mean, sure enough, it did slow down things a lot, but at the same time, the size of the planet, I think, was the bigger thing. But next time, we're not going to go for a Gaia planet. We'll probably go for, I don't know, something completely different. We'll need to figure out something. But yeah, we did quite good in here, and if we were to continue this, we could easily just split Taz into like 3 or 4 new cities and Celeste into another one over here, and that way we could probably conquer Anton back. And of course, eventually we'd have to be fighting against, well, probably Bruderland first, which is fairly small in here. If we just bring in all our tanks from the south, or at least the 2 regiment or battalion brigades, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. The 2 tank brigades and some more infantry and all that from the south, we should probably be able to clear that out without too much issues, I reckon. But not going to worry about that now. But yeah, that would allow us to then just basically roll the rest of the continent for us. So at that point, at the latest, we would have one quite handily. But yeah, there were definitely quite a few lessons learned the hard way in this playthrough, especially when we started fighting Two-Front War, and when Holstein started bringing mass assault, or well, massive waves of tanks, light tanks mind you, but massive waves of tanks. It did look really bad, and I think we were fighting over here, like we started somewhere around this area, and then we had to pull back because they were bringing so much troops, and they did also push us back a little bit. We stopped them in here, and then slowly but surely started pushing them back. They did manage to send some troops through here, but then we cut them off and destroyed whatever they had there. And especially once we got the heavy tanks into play, then that was the sort of silver bullet that managed to break the enemy. Like, our tanks were good enough that they would destroy a lot of the enemy tanks. Sure enough, we did take a lot of casualties overall in this playthrough. Let's actually have a look at the statistics a little bit. So, regime statistics... Oh, right, hold on. That's so... No, that's not the one that I'll... comparative manpower? Ah, right, there we go. If we have a look at... So... It's actually going to be a little bit difficult to see. We can see that our manpower total... So that's... Actually, if we have a look at victory score, that's probably going to be giving us the best option. So, early game, we were the leading one there. But at around... or close to... 55 to 60, somewhere around there. Athena and Commune took the leadership there in terms of the victory points. There wasn't a massive gap in there, but they had a lot more land to capture and all that sort of stuff. And then they didn't have that much of enemies to fight afterwards, so the population could also grow quite easily and all that. But like, we were still at the worst number 2 in the victory score. If we have a look at the troops, though, this is actually going to be interesting. Oh wait, no, this is not the comparative. Actually, tech level might also be quite interesting to see. So we started with actually the lowest one. Well, early game. We didn't do enough research and we didn't get the universities on like that. And we didn't also... like, we had a lot of issues in there, let's just say. But around mid-game, we started researching a lot faster, especially once we started capturing more and more land from the others. Then our research speed just went up drastically, so tech level went up quite nicely. And then, of course, the admin level, well, that wasn't actually... Oh, wow, yeah, everyone else was basically just maxed out there. That'd be fair enough, I suppose. Civilization level actually has been fairly good the entire game. Of course, we had a look at the victory score already. We can't compare the troops directly. I mean, actually, we can see... over here, first we started getting some, then over there we lost a little bit of troops. I think we were still fighting a lot of the wildlife in this around this region. I think it was somewhere near the round 100 or so when we started fighting in earnest. Oh, right, we started losing a lot of militia over here. Then we gained some more militia over there, but of course it's the regular troops that started increasing over here, slowly but surely. And then eventually they went up quite a bit. Of course, we had a lot of green troops as well that we were hiring every now and then. But like during this time, we were doing a lot of fighting already, which slowly started increasing the experience. Let's actually have a look at military stats. So area experience, yeah, it's a lot massive area experience. There were a lot of troops that didn't really fight that much, but we started with full militia, and then actually fairly soon we started recruiting a bit of troops. And then the militia percentage, like, it peaked over here at 47%, and over there it peaked at 36%, and after that it's been steadily declining. Ooh, casualties. Okay, so here we can see a lot more on when we lost a lot. Like over there, well, there's a round where we lost 3,800 and 3,700. I think this peak was pretty much the one where I was getting a bit desperate, and I was thinking whether we should just end it there or not. Like, it was at that point when the enemy was pushing with a lot of tanks, and they were pretty close to making a breakthrough, but we managed to salvage the situation, luckily, but that was not an easy victory there. But yeah, overall we did pretty good in a lot of things that I could have done a much better. Like, with this experience that we now gotten, of course we'll probably forget most of it by the time we do return to this game. But with this experience, we could probably do a lot better, admittedly. Like, for example, not necessarily bother with a lot of the lighter artillery, just go pretty much directly to the heavier stuff so that it can deal a lot more damage. Sure enough, it's going to cost us a lot of ammunition, but if the ammunition actually deals damage to the enemy, then I think that is worth it. And it's a lot cheaper than getting manpower. Of course, depends on a lot of the planet. I think the next time around, of course, we might change the settings a little bit. I do still like the fact that, like, the population of the total planet is small, because it makes it more meaningful to take losses. Like, you need to avoid it and use your troops smartly rather than just do a human wave tactics or something like that. But yeah, I think next time it's not going to be Gaia planet. It might be like maybe some sort of a frozen planet or something. Or maybe a desert planet. Something where water is potentially going to be an issue. Not necessarily a massive issue, but something that we will need to consider at least. That would be nice. But anyway, I think that is where we're going to end. So, tomorrow, I don't know if there's going to be episode tomorrow yet, but I'll probably be starting a playthrough in EU4. I haven't played that in a while, for YouTube anyway. So I'll be doing something in there. I haven't quite decided what that playthrough is going to be, because I didn't expect the playthrough to end quite this recording session yet. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please feel like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.